Plenty much gratitude for this collabo. Yeah, it's been a long time since Greensville, bro, star. Yeah, we here now. And the ancestors said to fuck some shit up. So here we are. Check it out. Is it the Great Reset or the Great Awakening? Great America or make America great again? Zombie apocalypse or a space invasion from an alien, or is it enemy or a fake friend? Artificial intelligence and clones are scriptural. Is it miracle or a spell cast magic ritual? Is it religion or is the path spiritual? Is the class the African or status aboriginal? I'm not here to debate or be argumentative. Little bit of common sense to dictate we are innocent. Their intent is to slip the start up as if they swift with our children who's being robbed of their fifth. Human trafficking, child sacrifice, adrenochrome, corrupt government imposition.
It's windy, man.
It's on you, part of the resistance to show they gon' send a Trump for a lie. Fact checking.
Yeah, I gotta trim this bad boy up. It's going crazy.
Shut down Babylon, Jericho,
look at
whatever name you give it, but let's rally on with or without you. Still on, tally on. They say this is the end time, so I'ma end the finale strong. Social media got you foolish, been a metaverse. Before the earth fully heals, it's gonna get hella worse. Got to be the living word, cut out that dead letter cursor. When you spit it to existence, manifest a better verse. In the light of the full moon, you'll soon see turtle share full bloom. A black sun pour doom down on these Moloch worshippers, burglars of the internal furniture of the temple of the grand furbisher. Elijah was the precursor. Y'all didn't hear him though. Instead, y'all condemned him as if he were a criminal. Whether mothership or mother wit, we back with a vengeance. Return of the ancient ones, American engines. Rage mockingbird, the same thing as Hunger Games. The shortage of food, truly the cause of the hunger pains is who? Honestly, a doctor. Are they phantoms of the opera proctors of Silicon Valley and Big Pharma is operation? They owe me America South thing that poses for the MK Ultra program, and these doses of nanotech, these sessions of swabs up the noses from youngest to oldest who are not jelly. Is COVID, are they the deep state or are we in a deep state? We say we got our eye open, it's more like we sleep wing. Is it about enlightening or do you explode shit for clout and life, which opposes a true socialist? It's double-edged sword. I'm a true vocalist. I'm supposed to spit war upon you globalists and your 21 and 2030 agendas as the women weep for me. I'm a worthy avenger. In the light of the full moon, you'll soon see turtle shit full bloom. A black sun pour doom down on these Moloch worshippers, burglars of the internal furniture of the temple of the grand furbisher. Elijah was the precursor. Y'all didn't hear him though. Instead, y'all condemned him as if he were a criminal. Whether mothership or mother wit, we back with a vengeance. Return of the ancient ones, American engines.
It's windy. I walk up top, looking at windy as crap. It's about 54 degrees. But it's the wind. It's not really, the temperature is cool, but it's not bad. It's compared to yesterday and what tomorrow will be. It's the wind. It's crazy. And they were spraying like they were retarded, so they making storms, destroying, certain things and floods. I don't know. I don't like getting caught up in what they do. Pointing it out is one thing, but they always gonna do stupid shit. I don't like getting caught up in it. Automatic. What's going on? Twins, how you doing? Yeah, you know what? No. People like you, yeah. You're probably a Fed. You're probably a Fed, some punk, fake Jew or whatever. You know what I mean? Think you can read bodies and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Idiots like you. I'm just leave it there so people can see it. Don't get rid of it. And I like the fact that you exist. Even if it's the AI, I like it. It means something to me. Not to you or whatever. programming, whatever. See, I don't care about the idiots who have learned how to read bodies. You know, pain enthusiasts and all those other goofies. They'll wish they have never learned none of that dumb shit. And those who are indicative to creating it, who wish they have never existed. That I can guarantee. A lot of people say, well, a lot of people make a lot of guarantees, and hey, that's in your world. That's in your little blind, copious little world. But you? No. What's up, baby girl? Slaughter Marcus. What's happening? What's happening? You're in school, then you shouldn't be on here. I know there's a lot of young dumb ones that come on here. I know they broke y'all, but we're gonna cover that. I can't do nothing for you dumb ones. You've got to make a choice to not be dumb. That's all. Because in your little frilled world of brokenness, if you are really what you say you are, I'm not gonna sit here masquerade, attempting to figure it out. I don't do that. You're not gonna like how it ends for you. I don't care if they've got you convinced that you're gonna die, you want to destroy the country, this, that, and the other. It doesn't matter. What I can guarantee you is, fuck what goes bump in the night. Came on the right page. Hey, what's up, faggot? Mike, what's going on? I can't play that. I forgot. They try to say that's Dun Gunna, and that's not. It's been sampled by I think 100 people, and they just so full of it. Because actually, last Monday I was going to use that, and so before you can upload, I went to search out, and it didn't have it. So somebody's feeling some kind of way, some little monkey. Let's go ahead and play this one because I want to get on and get started. Talk about a few things. It's windy and stuff. I'm still gonna have to do some stuff because I want to get some stuff done. So
to suppress the oppressed.
Batteries are charged. I'm gonna go up there even with the wind. Just gotta be a little careful because the wind is a little.
The oppressed rising up against the oppressed.
And
so only people that's scared are the oppressors.
Would be traded. I need to get some more rubber gloves. I got rubber gloves I use to work on my fun toys. You know what I mean? I'm not selling anything, so when I'm working on my guns, I use the rubber glove. I use gloves. You know, but I need some different gloves to treat this stuff. And gotta wear a mask. Even though we're open, there's a lot of wind. It's not the best thing to breathe the stuff in. That pressure, yeah, that's why they come. Because they can't handle it. They're all broken. I like the broken. They only knew. I'm not gonna misuse the broken though. I'm a messenger popping like Theracone, backed by the honorable who sits at the pinnacle, who judges the hypocritical, cynical, and the pitiful, sinful. My thinking is critical. I'm just ventilating of the actions of the protective service. Quick to pull the Glock, blast and kill. This don't take any type of skill. I'm ill of all citizens who haven't took a stand or kneels too late when the caps get peeled. Don't believe it till you see type. When hits close to home, you gotta act the bone, but it got the dome. That's the only thing they can do is, my nigga, they talking about themselves if they only knew that. And now I'm not talking about the Digger Indians, where the word arrived from. All right? Like Accomack, yeah. The Digger, Accomack Indians, yeah. That's where the word nigga comes from. 1, little 2, little 3 little niggas, 4, little 5, little 6 little niggas, 1, 2, 3 little Indians, 1. Yeah, that's all it is. It just reasserts a reality. They can't even pay them enough to get things right. They're so stupid. And I enjoy every time they come in because I know they're not going to say anything worth of anything, nothing of value. And I think they think it's triggering. If they can read it, look at my iris. Look. Why don't you see? You know what's funny? I guarantee the AI is hiding it from them. But in here, mine's is very empty.
Everybody back.
I mean, guys,
everybody like when you taught that
literally.
in school, everywhere, big, you want to be successful, you want to be like Trump.
I ain't here to prove nothing. I don't care because we're in the time, y'all exist in a time, a paradox of belief and disbelief. I don't know what the that is, but y'all can enjoy that. All right? All right? I feel it. I feel them. I feel these. I'm probably gonna go and blank out that little bit of music because that's how retarded they are. And the master of this is the person who created the beat for ToLU'S ROOTS. So the other individuals actually, music can have a similar based on drum and hi-hats and snares, and these idiots don't even know what they're doing. That's how stupid they are. And I enjoy their stupidity. I really do. So I gotta play this one right here. Yeah.
All praises
to the Most High. To the Most High.
All praises to the great matriarch.
You want to praise something, praise yourself.
Honor and respect to our ancestors.
Walk in a facility to want to praise yourself.
Always had a father, the author of your flow. For your fire starter, the cause of your glow. But the trail I've blazed, I pray you turn from it. The hell I've raised, I pray you don't burn from it. The work I put in, I pray that you earn from it. The mistakes I've made, I pray that you learn from it.
Oh, what they came and ran off? I didn't block them. I'm not blocking them. No, come on back. Sit up there. I just like to imagine voice, you know, and doing all those goofy things.
Black hills begin true. You ignite lots of pain. I feel the releasing of lightning and drops of rain from the sound cloud. You sound like me, the crown's proud. But unlike me, son, you haven't turned down on the smoke screen. Which surrounds you, shrouds your style. My shout allow your genius to astound the crowd. My beloved, you scintillate profuse. You my beloved, you resent fate foolishly.
Yeah, but if you were here and you really want to learn something, put your butt plug in, put on your panties, right? Your men panties. Yo, oh, what's going on? This is for them. The things that like to call themselves everything that what they are. They were made stupid by the very presence of those who left. Anyway, put on your butt plug, put on your man panties, okay? This ain't for the sisters. This is for these. That's the only ones going weird enough to do it. All right. Have a seat. All right. Turn on your vibration thing and Vaseline and baby oil. Diddy up.
To give me another chance for the love of my life, my wife, just a romance. In the misconception, no time for second guessing. It's that say you knew who was through a reflection that she showed you of me many years ago.
What's up, T?
Special features presentation.
It's windy. It's gonna be windy all day, cuz. Man, I'm still gonna go up there and get some things done, man.
You resent fate foolishly. You
I'm making a steak though first. I don't get damn. Steak and eggs or something. Gotta have something in it. Other than some blueberry drink and shit.
Now, Samuel,
you know what I'm talking about, man. I gotta have something other than that, man.
Be programmable from a little pup to a lion. Not of my bloodline. Don't give a damn. Don't love you as if you was mine. I'll be the first. Forgive me for my absence. The most I sat me down to learn patience through abstinence. Amongst other lessons, perfect my craft and talents. Balance of our legacy in the Black Hawks talents. Face adversity, overcome all challenges. Generational wealth for the next generation to us. Can't make the same mistakes of past since instead. Let's create an after we.
This is my Cody James, all right? Just in case y'all don't know, my Stetson's in it's where it should be. You know what I mean? This one was about 300, but Stetson's more expensive. I like my Cody, you know? These ones you can beat up. You know, really beat up. Get a little stain, blah, 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 you're good to go.
You resent fate foolishly, you my beloved. To ventilate, truthfully, you my beloved. Sons in whom I'm well pleased.
All right, let me pull this up. I had to restart it because the little computer likes to disconnect certain things and da 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 da. Okay. gonna play something, I'll go ahead and put it up. All right. Subscribe to my other Home in the Soba, Jim. All right, my other channel. I'd appreciate it. Okay. Subscribe to my other channel. Baby Girl Slaughter put it up. I put it up in the past, but I'll put it up again. Okay. I was actually going to do the live with this and that, but I had to read off of this, so I chose not to. So, y'all see what I have Reminiscent of Germany, white privilege, what it has done. All right. Is he heading out too fast? Anyway, it's your perception and your the how you say is it worthless or mindless? I'm gonna read to you. First, I'm gonna speak on the Reminiscence of Germany, and then I'm gonna talk about white privilege. There's a reason why. It's nothing against my light-skinned brothers and sisters. So don't y'all come on in and speak. It's still part of the tribe. Don't get complacent. Stand still. All right. Be proactive. All right. Don't be indicative or the exact thing that you feel like I didn't do it. You don't have to say nothing. Just actually learn something. All right. Hey, MLL, just learn something. Okay. Because a lot of us like to think we know a lot and know everything, and it's not about that. See, when you deal with people who think they know everything in the corporate ideology, then you're responsible to your own destruction. I'm not going to go into that. I'm not going to break it down. It's not semantics. When you start listening and hearing certain things, you'll start keying in the factors that are beneficial for you to have a deeper understanding. And this is for everybody. I'm not attacking. I'm cozying up to our light-skinned brothers and sisters so they can be relaxed, and at the same time, for y'all to have a clearer understanding too, because with purpose, I see a lot of people moving like they have purpose, but without no purpose. Okay, it's just more destruction, more chaos. All right, and we're gonna be reading the Devil in the Details. For those who have never read that before, that can't get it. I can't do nothing about it. Now, why did I say that about Germany? Who tells the story of Germany? The Levings and all those, the Werners. They are telling the story. They did it in Hollywood. They did it in the movies. Okay. And what's the statement made by George Orwell? A plethora of individuals about those who win tell the right. Does it mean that they won with their hands? No. See, we always think that it means like, okay, I got in a fight, I beat the guy, I'm the winner. Right? And I had people on my side. No, sometimes people on your side, those people are scared. So this guy's not going to fight with us all, because like the chemical of the rat and the cat, where they become docile, it's just what happens. It's a chemical reaction, right? This is a frequency and a mind state. Everything they said about Germany was a blatant lie. They turned on them even though they created, because Hitler knew what was going to happen. He's partial because he's one, regardless of being a mulatto by the narrative. And I know everybody's trying to figure out what mulatto means. I wish that some of these ignorant Negroes would just stop, but that's not the case. We need that. Okay? They'll get to it sooner or later. They keep pulling up all kind of different stuff, and I'm like, oh my goodness. Anyway, that's their definition, the enemy. So, all right, I'm not going to bind with it. I'm going to utilize it as it was painted. All right? So, the Zionists were there. You got to remember that Zionism is not part of the religion or the ideology. It detests it. It detests all religion. Hell, pretty much created it all. They were still there. And they worked on the inside because they are the very perverse, child traffickers, stealers, murderers, everything else you could think of. In the shadows, like some of our ancestors did. Okay? Oh yeah. Probably it's still part of it now, just a hidden face. Maybe. A lot of things happen when things become perverse. A lot of changes, a lot of things. Now, I'm not talking about the things outside of it. I'm talking about with people. All right? Man and man Mankind is not man. Be mindful of that. Hue of a man. Like, these words are based on facts, but they're misutilized because everybody's educated in the ignorance of it. You dig what I'm saying? Hey, Fred, what's going on, brother, out there in Indiana? So, what they did there is also the Bolshevik, the Tsars, fought World War One. Remember that I showed you, just like in Germany. A lot of y'all don't want to believe it, but they were melanated, very dark, and they weren't African. German troops, shock troops, that were tearing away through Poland and France. Yeah, you just don't know it because they have to change the narrative. The few and the very strong, the brave, the magnificent. You know, like they say, look at those men in the magnificent flying machines. No, they were shock troops, and they were the first to go in because they were destructive. Okay? Matter of fact, let me see if I can, on Yandex, pull up a real picture. Let's see. I don't know if you. Yeah, yep. And see, whenever you hear these goofies who are the most racist, the Zionists are the dumbest racists, and they need. It's not that they're racist as with the narrative, but in order to change everything, they can script the narrative and create y'all to be racist, so that way it gives them more strength per se. Let's see here. You'd be surprised how many of them were black and they look white by those who like to get into the black and white goofy stuff. Okay? I'm tempted to pull them up. Okay, here we go. Images. So I'm on Yandex, and Yandex will have them. They should, at least. Unless they're running with the African American stuff. Let me see. Oh, you're gonna like this. Oh, you're gonna like this. I didn't do it right off the bat. I didn't find a need to. Because Yandex, you gotta remember, even though it's a web, it's still gonna push narratives that are intuitive to the dichotomy or the ideology of race, creed, and all that other stuff. To which y'all today know is just a bunch of hoopla, a bunch of BS. Okay? I'm going to show you these pictures, and you'll be able to see them in here. Okay? I want to make sure I got the right ones. Now, was there an extermination going on with Africans? Well, I wouldn't call it an extermination per se. I would say during the end of the war, when it was falling, yes. Because, like I said, the Zionists were there. They had to play their role. If you know about Tartary, you know the fall is part of that dynamic. I know it's hard for people to have a deeper understanding because you have been so brainwashed to the fake Jews, and they're underneath someone too. All right, they're told what to do. Stanley, all of them, they're told what to do, and that conscription, that programming is real. It's fluid. Okay. They take stories from people that live there, and you can see they lived a pretty decent life, and then they make this perverse story so that way they can further infuriate and raise y'all into this feverish pitch of where you're out of control based on what they've done here and everywhere else, misguiding and misleading people, and you know that to be true. You know that. I don't have to prove that. But I want you to see these pictures. Because the so-called black POWs were treated pretty damn well under the Germans. It was the Zionists who played the very sick role. Okay, so I want to show you a couple of pictures of so-called black Germans. Not a slave, not a what you call it, to serve and all that bull crap. World War I? Yes, that's a black German. Yes. Yes. The Waffen SS. Yes. Yes. And you know about the Tartary flag, right? They even took her and made a bullshit story that is so completely full of it. And you pay a person enough and they're 70, 80 years old, and they will conveniently, you know what I mean? And y'all see that today. You know this. Those are black Germans. And there's a plethora more. That's I'm not going to sit here getting all these friggin' pictures and everything. All right? So what you're dealing with right now, you're dealing with that. Right now, you have been dealing with that ever since Biden went into office. That has been the fluid push when the UN, when the WHO and all of them started speaking and coming out their little perverse shadows. A lot of us knew about them, but a lot of y'all didn't. And they started pushing this because they knew they had the certain individuals, a certain party. Okay, I read to you and I broke it down about that party and how it was created, and then the Republican Party, how many years, how much time after the Democratic Party. That was the fall, the hijack of our government, the whitewashing of history, the changing of the narrative. All right? The late 1800s, early 1900s, there's still people talking about Abe Lincoln like it's a pale-skin. They opened his casket. That is the very individual that came from so-called Europe, came here as a fur trader and a fisherman, through New York, as usual, utilized by the Zionists, because that's where they were at when German and all that, and y'all know what this is called, right? Y'all know what the hand suit's called? Do y'all know the name of it? Okay. Look it up. Anyway, and that's the face they established to be Lincoln. That is not Lincoln. First of all, when they say that he had an open casket, right? I saw the pictures, right? Those who were there said that's not the case. They had put a fake, that monk did, they had put him in to create a new narrative. Old Abe. You can't take away and then utilize it because it still fits those who are still here. Because you got to remember, they went around doing stories with the old fake stories and real stories with the so-called Civil War guys, you know, up into 1940 or 50. Y'all know this, right? All right, because y'all know in the 60s, I still have my great-great-uncles that fought in that bull crap. Fake Civil War. Not the Hollywood narrative, the real one. All right, Uncles Tandy and C. All right, family reunion, old-ass, 140, 50, old, tall, just, what they teaching you? Oh, man, they couldn't, but they didn't have the impoliteness. They were just like with no emotions or feelings. It was like you would think they were robots. And they looked at everything. Not like y'all do. Y'all are very emotional. Very astute to your emotions. It's weird. Okay? They made sure we knew. And that's why I was always getting in trouble in school and arguing history class and, you know, whooped and all that other stuff. Because how you going to ignore your family? You've been, you know, I'm there with 4 generations. Mammy's mammy, mammy's mammy, mammy's uncles. All right? How do you take away from that? And then they're telling you about other generations you know nothing about even exist. And you listening like, what? But they talking about people going back like 5 of their generations. They knew this. So I'd be damned to listen to one of these old punk, fake, fraudulent individuals running their little monkey mouths, and all you people talking about, I went back 100 generations. No, you didn't. If you didn't have it, put right here and put right here, there ain't no way in the world, because when did the census started? How many of our stories have been lost, misutilized, recategorized, and given to other people? This is the game they play. It's like, I'm going to take this white Nike and this red Nike, and I'm going to put the pink lace and the black lace, and I'm going to walk around like that, instead of having two same Nikes with the same shoelaces. And then y'all supposed to accept, you see it all the time. White fragility. Miss Jane Elliott, right? Miss Elliott, you know, she was exponential, phenomenal in the sociology and psychology of that. The enemy gave you a lie, created all the fictional narratives, convinced you to do dirty things. You see that today in Syria. Those people are walking around murdering and killing people, whether they're Christians on the other side or not. Because, see, they were nurtured in a period of war created by this fake and that fake-ass crown, the Vatican, right? Those fake fraud mother suckers, right? On your lands. And they got to see all that. So that is first and second nature. So for them to do it with a religious mentality, you will say that's perversion. To them, it's normal. Just like people murdering babies and drinking adrenochrome. They have to put on an act to hide it from you because you're not in the circle. You are considered lower existence, peasant, a peon. First of all, you don't know how to move in your troop. You refuse to work together, my brothers and sisters. But for the white fragility, right, you have been created and dynamically put into your DNA the most hateful. Mine's changing, though. It's on our side, too, which comes from the most righteous people in this flip, this 60, 80 to 140-year flip, right? And you see it. You see it in people who can't fight, but based on a narrative of belief, Karens and Kens, you see it all the time. And it's a very disturbing, sad thing, created by the very enemy. Who would need to be able to read people's bodies, whether they're lying or not? Those people studying the experiment, right? When they hire somebody, it's not just about education, it's about who will be loyal to whatever the job is, and explicitly. And sadly, what you see, like in certain urban areas, you see how they come in, right? These fake ass banks, right? That aren't even credit unions, rob the family illegally with a fake ass system, justice system above them. Nothing about justice. A perception of it given to you, but far from you. Pale skins don't look at it unless it affects them. And then if they say it's too many over there, they go, well, it's not my family and it's not my friends. That is that white fragility, that obscured perversion, and our people have bought into it too. And you can see it from the 50s, 60s, and 70s. Always war. Okay? Now, there's a lot of unity, but it's on the downside slope. It's not where it should have been up here. It should have been here. But the moment you fell, we got to see everything. You saw it then. Poor choices. Now you still, and some people are still looking for some fake white goddamn savior. It's not going to happen. There is no such thing. Never was and never will be. Okay? Never. So they go in and this whole neighborhood, and they shut all these houses down, and people die, and they rob from the people and the fake ass banks. And because y'all don't come together to study what's going on, you partake in what's going on. Some would say, well, look, you can learn everything and you can actually become a millionaire. You can do it. And how long does that last? You see what I'm saying? You watch them killing off animals that were healthy, infecting and poisoning the ones they want you to have, and that's what you got. You ain't do nothing about the water, because as far as you go along, as long as you can have your 2 double espresso mocha frappuccino, whatever the hell, vanilla swirl, all right? You was content with that, even though it's pure poison. That's right, Starbucks. You know what that little bitch up there is? You know what Jah that is? That y'all just love to go, just like when you walk into that fake ass court, you walk under there under the guise of what? What goddess? Venus, right? ain't about balance. Design, they tell you justice is blind. Yeah, that should speak volumes. Why I want to deal with somebody that sees justice as blind? Formulating this magnitude of innocent until proven guilty, but they got a bunch of dumbass police officers running around who don't know law, and they say it's a lawful order because they're wearing a costume, and they got their morning handout of procedures and policies that have nothing to do with you or are supposed to be about keeping you safe. They're the willing sacrifices, and they don't even get it. Bunch of cowards. I can't say it about all, because I know a whole bunch who are good brothers and sisters of mine who I respect, those who are retired, and they see everything from the other side. It always had to happen all that later. And those who have gotten fired, murdered, because they saw it while they were operating. So that means you got a bunch of idiots in there now? Pretty much. It's like the military. Go in there, even though you have the UCMJ, it tells you morally sound, as far as certain things, when you can sit there and go, I'm not doing that. They want you to believe that you're giving up all your rights when you didn't. Going in the military don't mean you gave up. You volunteered to go out here and better your country. Then when you find out it's a lie, that means everything is moot. But most people are impractical because you got a bunch of idiots around you. So what's one voice in the wind? Remember I said of a whole howling? What's one voice, one dog with a lot of bark and bite around a lot of other dogs who are on the other side of it, who don't care about your bark and bite? They're worried about the pain that might be afflicted upon them because you don't want to play game. You don't want to play, in the same swimming pool. This is the world you're part of, okay? I am not ashamed. I'm not blind to the Negroes that play a part in this homosexual thing with the children. Those books written, y'all look at who wrote those books that they were having children read. Oh my goodness. I looked at a few of them. I said, you got to be kidding me. Did you look at the people who created those? Did you look at those who moved out of California to Utah, to Texas, to Arizona, that moved all the way to the red states and brought that perversion with them because the Biden era, based on Obamanomics, said we're going to allow this shit? As if your voice didn't mean nothing because the WHO and the HI, all of them said, yeah, we're going to do this. And they're docile, they've been fluoridated and everything else. We got heavy metals, we got graphite, we got graphene. They're jacked, we've been shooting it up with all kind of garbage. Did y'all even pay attention in here? Benj, what's going on, beloved? Somebody put my cash up in there. It seems like people are stuffing with $1 or $2 for books or tools or screws. I know you want to come out here, right? Well, invest. Ain't nobody got a free ride anywhere. Even with me giving the stuff that I'm giving. And I'm not talking about for the dollar. I'm talking about for you to free yourself from being so selfish with things that don't really matter. At least I could take some of that coin and make it into something. While you're going to throw it away on a bunch of garbage. So throw my cash up in there if somebody wants to donate. I appreciate the donation. I'll shout you out. All right. Again, so we know that we pretty much built this land, or assisted in it. Okay. We created the airplane long before the Wilbur Wrights. You trust me on this. The helicopter, the blimp. We can get to all the inventions. And all they did was take it and weaponize. That's the relationship between the Jew and the Negro. One's the fraud and one is the truth. But because of the white fragility, whitewashing the history, taking a lot of incubator and Cabbage Patch children and conscripting them into a false narrative, bringing them up 1 or 2 generations, and then lashing out against the true autochthonists, the true sentient beings of an ancient place. All right? Manipulating and messing with their DNA and their genes. Well, that's what we have. And what we do, the resilience is just like that movie. What is that movie called? Twilight? Remember when a whole bunch of vampires come in, one person out of the tribe turns into a werewolf? Think about it. I know it's a hard thing to acquiesce. This is not about hate, revenge, or any of that. I'm not into that department. That's some weak shit. That's not where I'm at. My thing is that y'all see where you're at right now, because they get in Canada, they get in the UK, they get in all these places that hate America. UK don't want to get the F-30, or Canada want to get the F-35, whatever, because like Cuba, South America, the ball. You think Trump is good? He's a puppet. APAC's all in the pocket. But y'all didn't do nothing to stop the bullshit. Y'all still running around with a bunch of goofy racists, maybe actors, the dumbest son of bitches walking the earth. All right? They think they're badasses as long as they can drink and do their dumb stuff. Like, really? You have magnificent special forces operators, whether they be from Africa, whatever the identity, Ghana, whatever. Magnificent brothers and sisters. You got special forces, Delta guys, and you got operators. I'm only going to speak on SEALs, Rangers, Marine Marsuck. They're trying to get rid of them. I know a few of those guys from Page when I was over there, come through the gun range. Fabulous brothers. Humble. Then you got the ones who are bad, like Dan Crenshaw, who don't give a damn about you, who speak against you, hate you, and everything else about you. But you have some who are gay, married to other men in the professional jobs, whether it be the police or whatever, who are magnificent personnel, and they're not with the bullshit. But y'all don't know these things because everything's been given a label. It's the same thing that happened in Germany. And things were pushed in a very perverse way that should never happen. We already accept, most people in this country accept the gay folks. They didn't have to go after him, but mentally, they had to reach out to the ones they knew would do the sickest of sick jobs, who parlay to the parties and everything else. They'll never tell you about the Bohemian Grove, who've been there, sexing up with some of these damn politicians. Y'all just don't know it. Partaking in things like Lady Gaga. And we can go on and on. Y'all see them all now. That whitewashing stuff, that was a way for them to condemn you, even around the world. That's why they have all these fighters of age in all the countries. France, UK, Belgrade, Germany, everywhere. They're all over. Now you have guys who are here and they're not, their purpose is not that. Their purpose is to actually live. But you have the sleepers. Okay? Who let them in? They didn't come in any other time. All of a sudden they was able to come in. And y'all still being dumb little racists, having a hard time convincing yourself, attempting to still be like you're intelligently, sophisticatedly smarter than everybody else, and you're not. And then when we always reach out and say, come on in, some of you get it. The other ones have a hard time. But this is the kicker. You're not alone, because there's a lot of dumb Negras and Negroes. Y'all got probably more of them now than y'all. Self-hating, whether on the police department, I see it all the time. Like that one sheriff, he's gone, that was in either southern Arizona or Texas. He's like, I hate them niggas. He's talking with his light-skinned Spanish brother. I hate them niggas. Lock them up. I don't care. Oh, they exist everywhere. Okay? Something that never existed. Well, we know it did because you couldn't have been fooled by W.E.B. Du Bois' gay ass self. Or, I'm not going to mention their names. They're right where they need to be at. All right, they took your brother Frederick Douglass and made him out of Africa. And how is that so? Africa didn't even exist. And there are people, my light-skinned brothers and sisters, there are people who work with Africans and they're seeing on their visas and everything else, and my teachers and my family, they're white. I'm talking about mofos as dark as this. I'm white and Indian. White. And y'all still think in America is the only stupid place where y'all think it's about skin color. Not for you to converse to your families who are still ignorantly holding that position in a stupid steed. That's why I'm grateful that y'all here, so you can relay this message, so they can stop being so incredibly stupid. Now there are those, they're mentally gone, and that's where they're at. They'll nag a person to death and Oh, no, can't get in the water behind that and this, that, and we use washcloths. Anyway, but you know what I'm saying, okay? But you can give them the history on beautification, where they come from, where it starts, soap making, and all that other stuff. You know, it wasn't for them, you wouldn't be washing your ass. That beer you drink originated with them. It was honey, and wine too. Like I said, apricot, watermelon. You know, it was here before it was anywhere else. It wasn't in South America, it was right here. Whether between the Carolinas, Louisiana, and goddamn Kentucky and Bama. Yes, I miss that good old orange julep and stuff like that. They came and perverted it. They had to take it off the market. They were too busy trying to kill us with the perverted orange julep, for those who remember that. Watermelon wine, I grew up drinking it. Homemade. You know? Beer made from honey. And ganales. Banana. Yes! Liquor, really, from the banana part, that was kind of like a liquor. But you could put a little spritz in it, and that's what we used to have. They created. How you gonna be distilling Jack Daniels and don't know how to put it through charcoal to clean it up? And you know the brother that had worked with them and showed them how to actually do it right? I'm only asking. I've had this bottle for about 3-4 months now. I ain't doing that mess. I'm asking. This is not, remember, this is not about here. Y'all know the farthest thing from it. It is to change vernacular because you guys are really personate. You're at an end. Are they recreating or reshaping what they've created? I remember that all this world that you live in is their creation. It's the lie. They destroyed what we had made, took from us, not borrowed, and created more things to further prolong their existence and the lie, making some fake, y'all great bull crap, and keeping our people at the bottom. That's the only way they know how to fucking work. That's some weak shit. Let's read this right quick. We got any liberals in here? We're gonna the devil's in the details. You know why? Because the details matter. A little bit of dandelion. Who's up in here? Ganja's at school. Hey, 7 grams. Hey, appreciate that donation, brother. Hey, my man. Appreciate that, beloved. Sharon Wilson, what's up, mama? Got Freddie, right. I'm going to read this, and it's going to be a good read. I really want y'all to pay attention, okay? I really do, and I want you to share this, okay? Appreciate that, baby girl Slaughter. You threw up my Cashapp. It seems like nobody else, I guess the ones that don't never use it, the ones that won't put it up. So anyway, the devil's in the detail. In dire distress. Oh, no, I'm not playing. I pulled this up on Yandex. I wasn't going to attempt to pull it up on Google. Look, you know I've searched things out, man. They like to see what you look at, so where they can put goofy things on Facebook and they can send you a bunch of goofy stuff. That's why I say if you don't watch porn, just look it all up and watch what happens. They want to classify you. You're not any of that. It's amazing. Okay, man. If you don't crochet like our beautiful sister DCD does, look up crocheting and watch what pops up. This is how. Play with it. All right. Stop being part of the experiment. Experiment yourself. Anyway, how to destroy a country from within. Now, I gave you in the past the 7, right? Now, this is by Mark Levin. FSC monologue, October 23rd, 2022. Now, I have stuff folded in that. Going back to 1920. Yes, I have a few of them up here. I'm going to read this one because I think it's captivating because it's pretty much the same in lieu with the others. There's books too. If you wanted to destroy America, how would you do it? Let me suggest that America is being destroyed. If you want to destroy America, then you vote Democrat. Their policies and programs are delusional and destructive, and they are dismantling the most fabulous nation on earth right before our eyes. Capitalism stands, you got Chuck Schumer's, you got Rob Bloomberg. Come on, guys. All right? Capitalism stands in the way of a planned socialist economy, which they support, so they seek to deconstruct capitalism in order to fundamentally transform America. The teachers, the professors are working in hand to bring this very nature up, this delusion. The very ones walking around wearing Prada, Yeezys, and what's that other one with the G? Balenciaga. Anyway, and BAP and all that goofy stuff. Anyway, of a planned social economy, which capitalism stands in the way of a planned socialist economy, which they support, so they seek to deconstruct capitalism in order to fundamentally transform America. You ever been to any of the Martin where they all they're talking about they hate America, they want to destroy it? Then why are you here? You don't have to stay here. One can only seize power by perverting and sabotaging our constitutions, legal and voting systems. You see that now with the 5th, 7th, 8th, and 9th Circuit, the fake fucking judge court system. But you don't want an APAC that's behind it for a goddamn dollar, or maybe adrenochrome, I don't know. One can only seize power by perverting and sabotaging our constitutions, legal and voting systems, and that's what they're doing. And you see it firsthand. The American people have not knowingly or voluntarily surrendered their liberty, property, and society, and constitution to the reprobate malcontents within the Democratic Party who are among us. It's a slow process, and it's packaged in deceit, propaganda, and lies. Let me play this right quick, okay? This is a good brother of ours, well, for those of you who are into the Second Amendment community, who enjoys listening to decent individuals. This is Guns and Gadgets, okay? And he's a police officer. You can check his name and everything. Let's turn this on. Let's bring this back here. Turn some volume on it.
That under Supreme Court precedent
Connect.
Must be a weapon.
Hold on.
Legitimate ruling, which is a shotgun, if such weapon here. And I am not one of those people.
No, this is on the
She's
suppressor.
got a lot on her plate, so don't be so hard on her. You're too demanding. Elected officials accountable. Suppressors are not. This has to do with suppressors, and they're.
Here we go. Here we go.
Sometimes I give you bad news, and sometimes I have to tell you worse
Jared
news.
is
And this is one of those
ex-police officer.
worst news things.
Okay?
I apologize.
You can look him up.
Guys, it's
All right.
has to do with suppressors.
shouting him
and
out.
our new
Jared, Guns and
Department of
Gadgets,
Justice.
Second Amendment news.
So they're coming for your gun rights again. The new Department of Justice
Not privileged, right?
has just filed its response in a suppressor case that I've been covering here for a while. And the DOJ is still arguing that suppressors are not arms. Thus, no Second Amendment.
If that's the case, then why are people paying $200? Why are people paying the ATF for $200? Well, what is the DOJ? Well, isn't it funny that they took forever to deal with those men in New York and then had another one at another facility right up there that murdered somebody else? Remember the guy that murdered the guy in the bodega or the guy the liquor store? Yeah, the DOJ ain't who you think they are. They're your enemy. A bunch of ragtail, fat, sloppy, no good individuals who are sick, nasty, and perverse. Been to parties and done things, in my opinion. So you want to listen to that whole, go to Guns and Gadgets, all right? Second Amendment news. Give Jared a shout out. Tell them Jim Red Wolf sent you, Lucifer, and maybe some of them, they're good Christians, and they might have an issue with it. So what? They don't know about all the things. Christ, prism, da. And listen to that for yourself. You can also go to Guns, oh, the VSO Gun Channel. I can't look it up. I had to. The VSO Gun Channel. Check that out. Dealing with Patel and everything, because he is the FBI director right now. When we thought it was going to be somebody else. What's another one? Check out Iraq Veteran. Check him out. There's a few more. I'll create a post and I'll share those, okay? But back to the reading, okay? Back to the reading, all right? I follow a lot of people and I enjoy a lot of stuff they do, and some, you know. Anyway, the American people have not knowingly or voluntarily surrendered their liberty, property, of society, and Constitution. You didn't know it. You're not, but in ignorance, because of y'all fighting each other and everything else, on my great America, you got the dumb racists, you got the ignorant Negroes, because of what the Zionists have done, and the murder of many of our ancestors. Many, more than any fake-ass Holocaust, which seems to always be the prop. But they ain't paying us billions of dollars every year, are they? No, they have a bunch of light-skinned folk and Mongolians, because of the purchase of goddamn Alaska, buying and running around playing us. It's convenient. And they know who we are. Well, but they know who you are. All right? You are said to be the beneficiary of these designs when in fact you are the target. The Democratic Party doesn't seek to improve society, it seeks to destroy it and replace it. The Democrat Party sees economic struggles and even impoverishment resulting from their policies and programs. Kensington, look at Philly, Seattle, Washington. I'm only pointing out facts. Vending machines with crack pipes and meth pipes and needles, or clean up Narcan for free. Look, y'all know me, I'm just reading from here. Okay? The Democratic Party sees economic struggles and even impoverishment resulting from their policies and programs as a necessary condition to imposing its ideological ends and imagined paradise on an unwilling and unsuspecting people. It is therefore necessary to use taxes, regulations, executive orders, a massive bureaucracy issuing hundreds and hundreds of dictates to reorder society and the government. It is necessary to silence, humiliate, and shame millions of clear voices, as conformity is essential. And therefore you need truth squads, which is the government working with Silicon Valley oligarchs and the like. It is necessary to squelch knowledge and actual science, impose doctrines, and change the language to control, direct, and manipulate the people. Wow. It is essential to use the police powers of the federal government against your opponents, real and received. Parents, pro-lifers, peaceful protesters, the political opposition, a former president of the United States. It is necessary that the media be compliant with your means and your ends, helping to brainwash the public, reward compliance with fawning coverage, and to smear and label those who dissent or resist. That's not some New World Order goofy shit. It is necessary to dismantle the nuclear family by using government schools controlled by the Democrat Party through their union bosses to promote racism, sexuality, perversion, and to prevent parents from participating in raising their children. It is necessary to dumb down the children to ensure that they are not smart and their test scores are low in order to have a more malleable, and compliant future generation. I was watching a little pale skin girl with a little goofy negress acting like her. No harmony, no volume, no nothing in her, no frequency in her voice. Trying to sound like, sorry my light-skinned folks, but one of your children. Not the hood ones. And she was up there talking about, I'm cisgender and we don't procreate, and then started spewing the feminist stuff, and she really thought she was sounding smart. And homeboy was tearing her up. And then the dude comes over with his little pink little Pokemon thing, right, with long hair, talking about, I hate America, I don't want to help destroy it. Now get the fuck out of here. That's what the professors have been teaching your children. And y'all mean to tell me it's all right? Hell, that sheriff went to that judge that was funneling his goddamn daughter and blew his whipping out. I'm not advocating that. I'm pointing out things relevant to the conversation. The fact that it is an embarkation or some change, but what's relevant is irrelevant, isn't it? And what's irrelevant seems to be more relevant. All right, let's go ahead and finish reading. It is necessary to dismantle American history. Well, they did that with my light-skinned folks. They gave y'all the most dumbest bullshit history ever, which is exactly what's being done. You lie about the founding. You shred the Declaration and the Constitution. You rewrite history and eviscerate the founders by substituting 1776 with 1619. Excuse me, ain't no light-skinned folk was here in no 1619. Y'all arrived in the 1700s. After the deal was made in 1775, it was really Sapoon, because you know the first World's Fair had around, they brought in about 6 million people. Anyway, you replace real history books with racist propaganda, and especially in school libraries, with sexually explicit pornography. You pull down the monuments to expunge history. You destroy the homes and the legacies of Jefferson, the author of the Declaration, and Madison, the main figure behind the Constitution. Well, the original was wrong by Negroes, Bill of Rights, and then they turned around and they had to whitewash and give y'all something to fundamentally run with to make you think y'all were these great individuals, when every act of you since then, up into the 1980s, and even now, because they're in the police department, the EMTs, fire department, everywhere, the dumbest racists and the goofiest son of bitches have never accomplished nothing other than war, fighting, destruction, and death. Look, you got to call it how it is, all right? It is necessary to hollow out the military with wokeism and vaccine mandates to crush local law enforcement and centralize police powers at the FBI. The American Stasi and the Department of Justice is necessary. It is necessary to unleash anarchy and lawlessness in our cities and neighborhoods to cause people to be upset with the existing society and the status quo, and to want revolutionary change. It will not be popular. It will not be. Look, come on, y'all already know. The revolution will not be televised. Well, it has been. To incriminate you and put it here, so as a going, just you're going to partake in it. Sadly, it is necessary to destroy national sovereignty with open borders, create chaos on our southern border with sex trade, violence, fentanyl, ketamine as well, drug cartels, chaos, and anarchy. And what is the solution? We're going to take the special forces. They're trying to kill all of them too, and we're going to send them down there. This is how you destroy a country from within. This is the issue before our current election. Every single problem we face in a significant magnitude to our very existence as a free and prosperous people, as a sovereign nation, is being created by one party. My back is killing me. Anyway, and only one party, the Democrat Party, and of course the supporters in the American media. The good news is we can't stop this. We can't stop this by sending a clear message from the voting booth. That was not the answer. Mr. Levine, okay? Now there's other ones that go back even older. Probably the henchmen plans, which they're using now. That was always put in front of you. You just never saw it because nobody showed you or told you to read and look for those things. So what they're doing is what they did to Germany, what they did to Russia, what they did to places in Africa. And who's good at doing that? Hey Charles, what's going on? What's happening? I did. It's in there. Okay. Appreciate it, huh? What's going on, brother? It's good to see you. I just want to see if anybody else says something. Somebody comment on my post. Anyway, I appreciate it. You guys research whatever. I'm not saying these things are based on facts. They're facts because it's written. Is it fact? Is it truthful? Well, you take the opportunity to look at everything and see what you find. I am not here for every goddamn body. They're doing a good job to make sure that, because you know they're kind of scary. Yet, take it upon yourself. Appreciate who you are. Walk in light of that. Respect those around you, but be mindful of those around you. Pick your circle wisely if you need a circle. If you want to say you're standing in a square, don't stand in the squares that they've propagated. Get outside the box. You dig what I'm saying? Everyone has choices. Now, let me shout out the person who donated. I don't know if I shouted you out before. Hey man, I was on my back up there earlier again, and I didn't have this shirt on. I feel like one of them sticks got up in my back, man. Was it Devin Mathis? I wanted to say appreciate that. I think I might have said I appreciate you. All right. I guess this information wasn't good enough for y'all to donate for screws or whatever, but it was information I thought pertinent. Okay. I'm gonna sign off because I gotta cook a steak and some eggs, and hopefully the wind calm down a little bit. Got to get some stuff marked up. I gotta crawl up under the dirt spot again. Gotta mix some concrete, get that poured. My back is killing me. I'm gonna have to get my back brace out. My knees sore, which is all right. And I gotta get these things done. You know what I mean? Appreciate you guys. All right. See you guys. Like I said, I was taking a few days off, and I figured that was important for you to look at. I mean, they got enough guys on here capping and hype people up like the world's about to fall off into the abyss like tomorrow or yesterday. I'm serious. I be seeing some people say some crazy, erroneous stuff, and they'd be like 100,000 people watch that stuff in 8 hours. I'm like, ain't telling them how to better themselves, this, that, what they could be possible or capable. Maybe they're worthless fed. I don't know. Again, if you want to donate, because I'm going to probably go to Benson tomorrow, or maybe Friday. Go to what you call it? I got to pick up some more screws. I got to pick up a few more 2x4s. I got to pick up what was that? Got to get the grinder. Oh, a router. All right. But anyway, I appreciate you guys. All right. See y'all later.